Welcome dear audience, students and scholars. Here I am Dr. Amjad Ali. In this video we are going to discuss a case study, the colonial origins of modern institutions. Dear scholars, international data show a remarkable correlation between latitude and economic prosperity. Nations closer to the equator typically have lower levels of income per person than nations further from equator. This fact is true in both the northern and southern hemisphere in case of US. So here we have the main question: what explain the correlations? Some economists have suggested that the tropical climates near the equator have a direct negative impact on productivity. In the heat of the tropics, agriculture is more difficult and disease is more prevalent. This makes the production of goods and services more difficult. Although the direct impact of geography is one reason tropical nations tend to be poor, it is not the whole story. A recent study conducted by Simon and Robinson have suggested an indirect mechanism, the impact of geography on institution. Here in their explanation presented in several steps. So step 1. In the 17th, 18th and 19th century, tropical climates presented European settlers with an increased risk of disease, especially malaria and yellow fever. As a result, when Europeans were coloning much of the rest of the world, they avoided settling in tropical areas such as most of Africa and Central America. The European settlers preferred areas with more moderate climates and better health conditions, such as regions that are known the United States, Canada and New Zealand. Second step. In those areas where Europeans settled in a large number, the settlers established a European-like institution that protected individual property rights and limited the power of government. By contrast, in tropical climates, the colonial powers often set up extractive institutions, including authoritarian governments, so they could take advantage of the area's natural resources. These institutions enriched the colonial, but they did little to foster economic growth. Step 3. Although the areas of colonial rule is no long over, the earlier institution that the European colonial established are strongly correlated with the modern institution in the former colonies. In tropical nations where the colonial powers set up extractive institution, there is typically less protection of property rights, even still today. When the colonials left, the extractive institution remained and were simply taken over by newly ruling elites. Step 4. The quality of institution is a key determinant of economic performance. Where property rights are well protected, people have more incentive to make the investment that lead to economic growth. Where property rights are less respected, as is typically the case in tropical nations, investment and growth tend to lag behind. This research suggests that much of the international variation in living standard that we observe today is a result of long reach of history. So this is all about the case study of colonial origins of modern institution. So see you with another video. Ciao.